Every single morning, life gives us a gift, the power to choose. We may not control the weather, the economy, or the actions of others, but we can always control our response. That's what separates successful people from the rest. They don't let circumstances define their life. They let their choices define it. Most people spend their lives blaming their situation, their path. But the truth is, your circumstances don't decide your destiny. Your decisions do. Every day, you are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to growth, effort, and progress. The other leads to comfort, excuses, and regret. Which one you choose will decide where you end up. Think of any great person, whether it's Jack Ma, Nelson Mandela, or Oprah Winfrey. None of them had perfect conditions. They all started with struggles, rejection, and doubt. What made them different was that they chose to rise instead of retreat. They chose action instead of fear. They chose to keep going when life said stop. Your power lies in that same ability. When things go wrong, when plans fail, when people disappoint you, your real test begins. You can choose to complain, or you can choose to learn, you can choose to give up, or you can choose to grow. Every choice shapes the person you're becoming, even when nobody sees it. Life is not about waiting for the perfect time, because there is no perfect time. The richest soil for growth often comes from the hardest seasons of life. When you take responsibility for your choices, you take back your power. So instead of saying, I can't because of my situation, start saying, I will because I choose to. You can't change your past, but you can always change your next step. Remember, success doesn't start with money, education, or luck. It starts with a single choice to move forward, despite your circumstances. Every decision you make today builds the foundation of your tomorrow. Choose wisely. Choose powerfully. Choose to become the person your future self will thank you for. We often look at successful people and think they made one big move that changed everything. But that's not the truth. The secret behind every great success story isn't a single decision. It's a series of small, consistent choices made every single day. Your future doesn't arrive suddenly. It grows quietly from the seeds of your daily habits. Think about it. Success is never built in one night. It's built in the small moments when no one is watching. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It's choosing to read instead of scrolling endlessly. It's practicing your craft even when there's no applause. These small, invisible choices may not feel important today, but one day, they'll be the reason you stand where you've always dreamed of being. Jack Ma once said, today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine. That's the truth about small daily effort. It often feels painful and unrewarded at first. But every tiny step forward compounds over time, just like drops of water can shape a mountain. Your daily discipline shapes your destiny. If you eat unhealthy for one day, nothing changes. But if you do it every day for a year, your body changes. The same goes for your mindset, your career, your relationships, and your success. Every choice is a vote for the person you're becoming. You can either choose growth or stagnation, and the sum of those choices becomes your future. It's easy to underestimate, but remember, success doesn't demand perfection. It demands consistency. One step taken every day in the right direction is far more powerful than running fast for 1 week and stopping. So today, choose wisely. Do something small that your future self will thank you for. Learn something new. Take one small risk. Speak one kind word or spend 1 hour improving your skill. Because one day, all those small decisions will come together and create a life you once only dreamed of. Big results don't come from luck. They come from the small, faithful actions you take today. Never underestimate the power of your daily choices, because they are quietly building your tomorrow. Every great dream begins with one believer. Before anyone else sees your vision, you must see it yourself. The truth is, when you start chasing something big, most people won't believe in you. They'll doubt your abilities, your plans, and sometimes even your worth. But that's okay, because the journey to success was never meant to be walked by those seeking approval. It's meant for those who believe in themselves, even when no one else does. Jack Ma's story is a perfect example. Before he became one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, he faced rejection again and again. He was turned down for jobs, even at KFC. He was rejected from Harvard 10 times. People laughed when he spoke about his dream of bringing Chinese businesses online. But Jack didn't stop. He chose belief over doubt. He chose persistence over fear. That unshakable belief in himself and his vision became the foundation of Alibaba, a company that changed the world. When others doubt you, it's not your job to prove them wrong. It's your job to prove yourself, right? Because doubt from others is normal, but doubt from within is deadly. The moment you stop believing in yourself, your dream starts to die. Belief is what keeps you going when everything else is against you. It's what gives you the courage to take one more step, even when the path ahead is unclear. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. It's yours alone. The people who laughed at your dream today will one day call you lucky. Remember, the world doesn't reward those who never fail. It rewards those who never give up. Every time someone says you can't, let it fuel your fire. Let it push you harder, further, stronger. So when you face rejection, smile and keep moving. When they laugh, keep working. When they doubt, keep believing. Because one day, your success will speak so loudly that no one will remember the noise of their doubt. Believe in yourself, because if you don't, who will? Every human being is given a choice every day to stay comfortable or to grow. Comfort is easy, it feels safe, and it gives temporary happiness. But comfort never creates greatness. Growth, on the other hand, is uncomfortable. It demands effort, patience, and sometimes pain. Yet, it's the only path that leads to true success, wisdom, and fulfillment. When Jack Ma started Alibaba, he didn't have money, technology, or a big team. What he had was courage. The courage to leave his comfort zone and enter a space that was full of uncertainty. Many told him to give up, to stay safe in his teaching job. But he chose growth. He understood that if you want to do something extraordinary, you must first be willing to do something uncomfortable. Growth happens when you step into the unknown. Think about the butterfly. It struggles to break free from its cocoon. And that struggle is what strengthens its wings. If someone helps it escape easily, it will never learn to fly. The same truth applies to your life. Every challenge, every failure, and every difficulty you face is preparing you for your next level. The problem is, most people stop when it gets hard. They retreat to comfort, to safety, to the familiar. But success lives on the other side of struggle. Growth requires you to do what others are unwilling to do. To push one more hour. To take one more risk. To face one more rejection. Comfort keeps you where you are. Growth takes you where you've never been. The people who achieve greatness aren't necessarily the smartest or the richest. They're simply the ones who refuse to settle for easy. They chose to stretch themselves, to learn new things, to embrace failure as a teacher rather than an enemy. So ask yourself, are you choosing what feels good now or what will feel great later? True growth begins the moment you decide that comfort is no longer your goal. Progress is. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you expand what's possible for your future. Growth is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong choice. And the more you choose growth, the more unstoppable you become. Every dream you have, every goal you imagine, every success story you admire, they all begin with one thing: action taken today. Your future isn't written in the stars. It's written in the choices, habits, and actions you make. right now. The person you'll become 5 or 10 years from now is being shaped by what you do with this very day. Jack Ma once said, if you don't give up, you still have a chance. Giving up is the greatest failure. What he meant is simple. Your decisions today